Going back home, I had a million things on my mind. There's so much I would have done different. On one hand, I was discouraged. On another hand, I still couldn't believe that Coach Jeff would even give a guy like me a shot. A week later, I'm back in the gym in Dallas, and me and this guy start playing one-on-one. And as we're playing, I had hit about 8 shots in a row. I'm killing this guy. And this guy says to me, he says, "Man, who do you play for?" And I said nonchalantly, "Nobody." And then he asked, "Why not?" And then I responded with 3 words I had never been able to apply to this scenario. Because I tried. And that was one of the best feelings in the world. So what do you do with failure? Well, in my mind, you've got 2 options. Number 1, you look back and realize that you tried. And no one can take that away from you. You mustered up enough courage to do what isn't comfortable, to step outside the box your world has created for you, and you tried. And then there's always the second option. Try again. Who knows? Next year, you just might turn on your television and see me at the scores table of an NBA team. And I can do that because I'm not afraid to fail anymore. But the question isn't what I'm going to do next. The question is, what are you going to do next? What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Would you run for office, make movies, go back to school, run a marathon? You could start with a 5K. Maybe you've driven past that empty space 1,000 times and there's a sign in the window that says, "Talise, call this number." Can you imagine what would happen if you just called a number and found out what it might cost to open up shop for yourself? Dreaming is free. Living it out will have a price tag on it. And I think you owe it to yourself to find out how much it costs. Maybe a friend has urged you to write a book. Maybe you should. Or you could start a blog. It's cheaper. You're not too old, too young, too short, too black, too white, too poor, too ugly, too pretty, too dumb, or too weak to be who you dream of becoming. You don't need the world's permission to be amazing. Today's a good day because it could be the day that you wake up and stop being scared. Today's a phenomenal day because it could be the day that you wake up and run out of excuses for chasing your dream. Have I set you up to fail? Well, I certainly hope so.